Welcome to Epi Studios. I'm so delighted and excited to be here with you to present to you the Clematis summer top. That garment was a joy to me. I enjoyed it very much. So I'm here today to show you how we can create it together. These are the items that you will need. You will need 3 of this DK cotton yarn. It's a beautiful color. You can get it at lionbrand.com. I am not getting paid by Lion Brand. And you're going to need 3 of the blue. This is the color is called, let's see if we can get close, but this is very, very light. Is color 110AR, Nightshade. And for the purple, is called Desert Lily. So that's what you're going to need. And you're going to need 3 crochet hooks. We're going to need a 5, a 4.5, and a 4. So your choice of crochet hooks is up to you. But here we are. You're also going to need a tapestry needle. So you're going to need this. You're going to need your scissors. And if you need markers, you're going to need your markers. And of course, we're going to need our measuring tape. So this is what you're going to need. Now, the size that I made is size large. So let me show it to you. Okay, here's our garment. And it's large. And it has about 1 inch of positive ease on the side. Probably 1.5 inches. So let me give you the exact measurements of the bottom and the top. This is already blocked. So what I did was I washed it. I threw it in the washer and I washed it. I don't think the camera can get the whole picture. Let's see. I'm trying to do the best I can. So here we go. From one sleeve to the other, we have almost 26 inches. If you can see, almost 26. It's like 25 3/4. Okay, and then from top to bottom on the here we have 11.25 inches. Okay, and on the blue part, on the night blue, we have across 20 inches, and then the length I have 9 inches. 9 inches. Okay, this is 9 inches plus. So let's do all the way from here, all the way from our neckline. There it is, and we have. I keep scooching it up, and we have 21 inches length. Okay, I'm a short person, so I made it to my liking, to what I like on where it hits me. I don't like crop tops. So this is the length that I want, and you can see in the pictures, I'm wearing it with jeans, and it's not too long and it's not too short. So this is the perfect size for me. So for you, for a large size, this is what you're going to end up with, a piece like this. If you want it narrower on this part, that's very easy to do. When we get to that part, I will show you how to decrease on the purple part of the garment and then start the blue part. Okay, so this is, I call this a Clematis summer top because I have a lot of clematis outside, and they are literally this color, this purple lilac color, and it's beautiful. Okay, so let's go ahead and start. We will keep referencing our garment. Okay, so let me put it away. Okay, the first thing that you want to do is take your shoulder measurement. So right behind, take a measuring tape and measure from shoulder to shoulder. Okay, my measurement is 20 inches. But because I want the shoulder to drape over my shoulder, the sleeve to go down like this, I gave it 4 more inches. So I'll have 2 extra inches on the right shoulder and 2 extra on the left shoulder. Okay, and then to that, we add the ribbing stitches. So that's what you see. Then you see an extra about 1.5 inches. For our tutorial purposes, we are going to do a small garment, and that is going to be a 14 inch, which is my daughter's size. She's an extra small, and we're going to do, I'm going to do 14 inches. But for you, you can follow the measurements that I took for an extra large if that's what you like to do. So for an extra large, you're going to do 24 inches for the shoulder length, okay? So the purple part of the garment, this part, is going to be, you're going to cast on stitches to create this whole part, okay? So if you want to do that, like I said, the large, do 24 inches across, okay? So you're going to chain with your size 5.5 hook, 5.5, you are going to start your chains. And I'm using my leftover yarn. Okay, we're going to cast on. We're going to do a slip stitch. A slip knot. And we're using the 5mm crochet hook. Okay, because we're making the small. I don't know if what I said earlier, but okay. And you're going to cast on chains, not too tight. See if I can bring it closer. Not too tight until you reach the measurement for 14 inches, okay? And I'm sorry if you hear any noise, but it seems like my vacuum decided to start working at the wrong time. Okay, you're going to keep chaining, casting on chains until you have enough for 14 inches. And you don't want to do this tight. You want to do it with not too loose, but also not tight, medium gauge. If you're a really tight crocheter, just use a larger crochet hook if that helps you. Okay, let's check. I'm using my leftover yarn. And we have about 12 inches. So I'm gonna go ahead and keep going until it measures 14 inches for the size small. This is a small garment. We're gonna make a small garment, but remember that this is a little bit oversized type of garment. So let's go ahead and measure it again. Okay, and you don't want to like super stretch it. You don't want to like make it really stretchy now. So I have about 3 inches more. No, 2 chains. So I'm gonna undo one, do one chain, and then I'm gonna use the other one to go up to do single crochet. Okay, so I already have that chain there. Now we're going to start our setup row. We're going to single crochet all the way to the tail. And this part is a little tedious, but it's not hard. It just takes a little bit longer to set up the row. We're doing single crochet in every chain space as the first setup row. For this particular stitch that we're going to use, you do not need any particular count. So whatever you end up with, however many chains you cast it on, that's perfectly fine. So go ahead and do single crochet all the way to the beginning. Now I will meet you here. We are back. We are at the end of our chain, our setup row. So we have 2 more chains, 2 more single crochets. Here we go. Okay, great job. You have completed your setup row, and it will look like this. Okay, now you are going to chain 1 and turn your work. And this is where you start your pattern. And this is going to be the same stitch for as long as you want your garment to cover you the chest part. Okay? So we're going to start here with single crochet. The next one is going to be half double. This is called half double crochet. The next one is going to be single crochet. Next one, half double. So we go single crochet, half double. The next one, single crochet. The next one, half double, single crochet. Next one, half double crochet. And it's going to look like this. All the way, continue in this pattern all the way to the end. Okay, we have completed the first row. This will be the second row. The first one was the setup row, and the second one is actually the pattern. So we ended up here with single crochet. That next one will be half double, and the last one is single. Okay, congratulations, you have almost completed the project, because that's the stitch that we're going to use for half of the project. So you're going to chain one, turn, because this is the only thing that there is a requirement for this stitch. Since we ended up in our last stitch was a single crochet, and then we have a half double, you're going to do the opposite. In this single crochet, you're going to do half double. In the half double, you're going to do single. So let's go ahead and do that. That's the only thing that you do every time you start a row. So this was single previously, and we can see it because it's shorter. This one is taller. You're going to do a half double. There we go. The next one is the half double. Now we're going to do on top of that a single crochet. And that is your pattern in order to get this look. So on the bottom we have half double. We're going to do a single. You have a single on the bottom row. You're going to do half double. And you're going to continue this way all the way down until the end. And now that you know the pattern for the top part of the garment, this is a top-down garment. You're going to grow this as far as you want your garment to be, to cover your chest. So in our large garment, we have, how many stitches did we say we had? Here's our garment, and this is top down. And we're doing the front, okay? So the front has exactly 11 inches for the large size. If you're doing a large size, then you're going to continue going back and forth with this stitch to create the front part of the garment for 11 inches if you're doing a large one. For this one, we're doing a small one, so we are going to go to 9 inches and measure it against the person that you're doing it for or your measurement, okay? So let's continue. We did a half double. The next one is single. Next one is double, half double. Next one is single. Continue this pattern for the small size. Let's try 9 inches, and then I'm going to measure it against my daughter. I'm going to take her measurement so I don't have to have her nearby. And once you know what you're supposed to do just by looking at the stitch below, this goes extremely fast. That's one of the things that I love about crochet. You can create a garment, if you already have the pattern, in as little as a week, depending on the size you're making. Compared to knitting, knitting takes very long because it doesn't grow as fast as the crochet stitch. That's why it takes me longer to make the garments for the tutorials for knitting, because it takes very long. Okay, so I'll see you at the end of the 9 inches, and we will measure it. So for those of you that are doing the large size, Go to 11 inches and measure it against yourself, and I will see you there. Welcome to Epi Studios. We are back, and here's the left of our first ball of yarn. This is how much we have used. We still have some left, and this is how far we have gotten. We have made our back piece, and it's right here. Look how beautiful it turned out. This is a very forgiving stitch. I believe in the book that I have, this is called Up and Down, but you might know it by a different name. Okay, if you recall, we were doing this stitch, so this is my last row for the measuring, for the garment measurement of size small. So here we go. We're doing the up and down. We're doing half double crochet, the next one single crochet, the next one half double crochet, the next one single crochet. And we're doing the opposite of the previous row. So if in this row I have single crochet, I will do a half double. Here I have half double, I will do single, and so on and so forth until you finish the whole row. See if I can get a little bit closer. Okay. Okay, let's complete this row together. And then we will finish the first video. This will be the first class for this garment, for the Clematis garment top. This tutorial will be composed of 2 classes. I'm going to try to make the classes shorter for those of you that requested a shorter class. Okay, we're almost at the end. I hope that my lighting is good. I'm sorry if my lighting is not that good because it's literally being very... I'm sorry I lost the camera here. So we are done here. And I'm going to cut the yarn. You don't have to leave a lot on this one. Just like 4 inches will be fine. Cut the yarn. And you pass that tail of the yarn through the hole and you make it tight. Okay, you are done with this first part of our class. Here is our piece, and you're going to make, see if I can adjust this so you can see, you're going to make 2 pieces exactly the same. So here is my second piece, and here we go. We have 2 pieces that are the same, and all we're going to do, we're going to join them here. Okay. I don't have any yarn on this side. Wow, both of my leftovers ended up on this side. Okay, there's no special way on joining the 2 pieces. I'm gonna tell you why. Because this piece already has an extra inch of give. So you don't have to add any stitches, you don't have to do anything. You're just going to join it in whichever way you wanna join. It does not matter, okay? Then just make sure it's secure enough. You can even tie these 2 pieces together. And then once we pick up stitches, we're gonna go around. So we did that for this side. Now we're gonna do it for the other side. Okay? If you don't have any leftover yarn here, just pick up a little piece of yarn, leftover yarn that you have. See here, I have this little piece. And all I'm going to do, the last 2 stitches, I'm going to use a smaller needle just to make it easier to go through the stitch. Okay. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to knot it. Remember, this yarn, you can wash it. So I'm going to wash it. So I want to make sure, see, you can even see it. Not at all. In these pieces, we are going to hide them as we pick up the stitches. Okay. Do me a favor. You have to pick up which one is your right size and which one is your left size. I have pieces here that are leftovers. in this particular stitch, both sides look the same because this stitch is reversible. You're able to use it in both sides. So it's up to you to pick up the side that you like the most. Okay? So go ahead and clean up your work and cut all the knots, all the extra leftover yarn that you have. That way you have a clean piece of work. Okay. The shoulder part. Okay, so for me, this one is going to be my side that is my front side. So I'm going to put a very good color of a marker to make sure that I'm remembering that this is my front of my garment. Okay. One very good point here. The top, this is called a boat neck, the way that this is designed. What does that mean? That you're going to have a straight neckline. Okay? Look at the picture of the garment on the screen. So what you're going to do is you're going to sew about 3 inches, 3-4 inches on one side, and then you're going to come and do the same for the other side. And you want to do it, if this is our front side, you want to make sure that you turn your piece to the wrong side to do the sewing. Okay? So here we go. Let's do this part. I have a piece of yarn here, and I'm going to use this piece of yarn. It has a knot on one side. Okay, for those of you that already know how to sew, you can skip this part, fast forward, and sew it on your own. So let me go ahead and show you how I do it with my crochet hook. Where's my crochet hook? You can do it with your tapestry needle, which is quite all right. Or you can do it with your crochet hook. I'm going to do, okay, and when you do the first one, please don't do it really tight, because if you have to undo it, you are going to need to undo it, and if you do it too tight, okay, do you see that? We're grabbing the two ends, we're bringing the yarn, and I'm not going to knot it right now, because if I have to undo it, I want to make sure that I can do it. You see what I did there? Okay, we're sewing this piece. We're going to do exactly the same. We're going to pick up the next stitch, one from the front and one from the back. You want to make sure that you grab at least two pieces of the previous yarn. You're going to pass it through this way. There we go. Excuse the noise if you hear any noise. But Mr. Cat's there, you see? It's right there. We're going to do the next one. We're going to grab 2 of one side and 2 of the other side. And we're going to do the same thing. If you find another way to do it for you that you like it the most, go ahead and do it. This is just the way I'm doing it for now. You can also pin it, but if you pin it, make sure that you pin it very tight. So when you try it on, the garment doesn't stretch on you, okay? So it's important to try things on before we complete the sewing. So I have about 1.5 inches there. So let me continue and do 4 inches and I'll come back. Okay. See, I have a lot of yarn left over. All I'm going to do is I'm going to bring it in. You can knot it or bring it in. I'm not going to completely secure it. I'm just going to leave this left over like that. I did 4 inches from here to here. See, that's 4 inches. You know, I don't feel very good about this lighting. I feel that it looks dark. The class looks dark, so I'm gonna have to see if I can do it tomorrow. Maybe I have better light tomorrow morning. Okay. Okay, let's do the next side, the opposite side of the shoulder. We're going to do the same. We're going to close the 4 inches and see how the boat neck will look right there. So go ahead and finish the next shoulder, and then we'll see you when we're done. Okay, we have closed right shoulder and left shoulder. Now you want to bring your piece inside out, and you want to check the work that you did. Look, it's very pretty. Then you want to do the same on the other shoulder. Very pretty. So we have completed our first class. Let's recap the class. We casted on the stitches that we needed according to the measurement that we want. This is a small size, and we ended up with 19 inches. So it was 14 inches. We started with 14 inches, and then we added a couple more inches to have like a drop shoulder sleeve, because this is a loose garment. So this garment is going to be pretty nice and loose. This is a small, but it has a give of 2 inches. So it's not going to be tied to your body. And here is your end piece. You completed your stitch, which is an up and down stitch, and it's very pretty. We close the right shoulder and left shoulder. And we have our boat neck. It's right there. It's done. You don't have to do anything else to it. And then we join both of the sides together. And now we have a circle. We're going to be working around this circle. So we are going to, this ends has I crochet. I fold them like this and I crochet over them. So that's the way I hide them. Now you're going to bring your blue yarn. For the purpose of the video, because this is such a dark color, I'm going to use a lighter yarn just so you can see it. But all we're going to do, you're going to grab your yarn and you're going to join it without knotting it. Okay? You're going to join it here, and you're going to start using a crochet hook smaller than the one you've been using. This is a size 5 for the top part. We're going to use a 4.5. This is a 4.5. You can't see it. See this one. Let's see what this one is. This is also 4.5, but it's very hard to see. So you're going to bring this. I like this handle better, even though the dog ate it. And all you're going to do is you're going to leave a little tail like 3-4 inches. You're going to grab the yarn, and you're going to pass it through the first stitch, and you're going to do a single crochet. There we go. And see, I'm holding the leftover yarn right there. Another single crochet. See how the yarn is getting grabbed on each stitch, and the one below, the leftover. In this first row, you're going to not do it with super tight. You want to do it not with too much tension. So we are doing single crochet. So I think that right now, because we are going contrasting it with the purple, you can see the stitch. Okay, you're going to be doing single crochet all the way around your garment. Okay, so let's look at our finished piece. Here is our finished garment. See here, we started our single crochet under the arm, and go ahead and do 1, 2, 3, 3 rounds of single crochet all the way around. On the 4th round, we're going to change back to the purple yarn, and we're going to create this motif that you see here. Okay, this is very simple to do. So I will see you in the next class. This is class number 1. We're going to have class number 2 to finish the motif in the body, and then class number 3 just to finish our sleeve. Okay? Thank you very much for watching. Many blessings to you. And please go ahead and keep working on your garment. 3 rounds. And I will see you on your 4th round so we can change colors. Thank you very much. I will see you next Sunday. Sunday is Sunday to design together, and I will see you again. Thank you. Many blessings to you.